Hello and welcome to English Learning for Beginners. We are going to learn how to use adjectives in English language. Now, we have already discussed what is an adjective, that is uh, purely for beginners point of view. We have seen that subject, and also we have seen five kinds of adjectives, right? In my previous videos, I have explained it. If you have not watched it, please watch it. Adjectives are incredibly important in English sentences as they add detail, description, and clarity to nouns. We have seen that, right? Now, here are some tips for effectively using adjectives. And these tips are, remember, these tips are not for absolute beginners, but for the intermediate learners. By the way, before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. Please subscribe to this channel so that you will get notified whenever I post a new video lesson on English language. And this is, although this the title is English Learning for Beginners, but we cover also English for intermediate learners or even advanced learners. So first thing is placement, right? Placement. Why I call it placement? Because placement is something which is very important, because adjectives typically come before the noun they describe, isn't it? For example, the red car or a beautiful sunset. However, there are exceptions, such as in sentences with linking verbs where adjectives come after the verb, like the sky is blue. So, placement is very important. Okay, we can write blue sky again, or the sky is blue. So, the placement is very important in using adjectives. Second thing, in my opinion, is order. Yes, order is also very important because uh, why order is important? Let me tell you. When using multiple adjectives to describe a noun, there is a specific order to follow, right? This order is like this: one, first comes opinion, then comes size, then come age, then come shape, then come color, then come origin, then come material, and then finally the purpose. How does it work? Okay, so let me tell you. Uh, Let me give you a example of a sentence so that you can understand it. Look, order is opinion, then size, then age, then shape, then color, then origin, then material and purpose. She bought a lovely small Italian leather bag. Look, here the bag is noun, of course, right? But it's leather, that means material, and the origin is Italian, right? And the size is here small, right? Now, of course, shape comes after size, so small round, we can round shape. Color round, red. Okay, origin is Italian, material is what, leather, and purpose is for what, for carrying something, isn't it? So there we can add something inside. Small round red Italian leather, they are all adjectives, but they are coming in an order. Okay, please remember it. When we use multiple adjectives, we maintain on an order, a specific order, right? Next comes the comparative and superlative forms. Comparative and superlative forms. What is this? Let me explain first. Adjectives change form to show degrees of comparison. For example, big becomes bigger to comparative form, and biggest is the superlative form. So use comparative forms to compare two things and superlative forms to compare three or more things. Remember, I again repeat, when we like uh, John is John is better in mathematics than Jason. Okay, so we have chosen two nouns and compared them. So we used better, right? But if I write like this, John is the best in mathematics in the whole class, right? The best is a superlative form, but it is more than two here in the whole class. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Now, let me come to another great tip, that is avoiding redundancy. Avoiding redundancy means what? Avoiding redundancy is we must be careful not to use adjectives that are redundant with the noun they modify. For instance, instead of saying the wet rain, just say the rain, because rain is always wet, isn't it? So we never write the wet rain. No, it's wrong. It is wrong. So we never write it. It is wrong. Okay? We always write the rain. So avoid redundancy. Okay? Then comes specificity. Specificity means what? Specific adjectives, right? Let me tell you in more detail. Use specific adjectives to convey precise meaning. Instead of saying the animal, specify if it's a dog or cat or elephant, right? Specific adjectives create a clearer image in the reader's mind. Okay, so we must, when we say, suppose I have seen the animal, no, I have seen the dog. Okay, remember, I have uh, discussed demonstrative adjective in the previous video lesson, where I have shown and said and pointed out that sometimes definite article and indefinite article are confused with demonstrative adjective. Okay, so here the is the demonstrative adjective, right? So I have seen the dog, not the animal. Okay, specificity. Remember. Next comes sensory adjectives. Sensory adjective means when we utilize adjectives that appeal to the senses. Okay, let me uh, make it rather more. Let me explain it first. Utilize adjectives that appeal to the senses to make your writing more vivid and engaging. These adjectives describe how something looks, sounds, smells, tastes, or feels. For example, the fragrant flowers or the melodious music. Because not that every music is melodious, or not that every flower is fragrant, isn't it? So we need to tell the reader what kind of flower is this, what or what kind of music is this. We use, that is why we use fragrant flowers or the melodious music, right? Okay. Next comes comparisons. It is close to our comparative or superlative forms, but comparison is something rather something a little bit different. Let me tell you why. Comparisons. Use comparative adjectives to compare two things and superlative adjectives to compare three or more things. We have just seen it before. Remember to use than with making comparison. For example, she is taller than her sister. Better than in mathematics, better than. John is better than, isn't it? We have shown it before here. John is better in mathematics than John, right? So this is comparison. That is also an adjective, right? Okay. So use than, right? Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. Okay. Is the tallest mountain, right? So, and there then comes quantity. We have seen that also, quantity, because we have discussed in our previous videos. Adjective of quantity. Adjectives can also indicate quantity or number. For example, few, many, several, some, all, no, etc. There are a lot of things to come, so therefore we need to use them, okay, etc. Right? Because these adjectives help specify the amount or extent of something. Finally, emphasis, because emphasis is like adjectives can be used to emphasize certain qualities of a noun. For instance, the stunning view or a remarkable achievement. Okay, we can use sentences like the stunning view or a remarkable achievement, because this stunning is emphasizing on the view and the remarkable is emphasizing on achievement, right? So emphasis is very important. Finally, we'll use with articles, because I have said it before. Use with articles means demonstrative adjective, of course. So basically, pay attention to whether the noun you are describing is singular or plural, and whether it's countable or uncountable when using articles like a and the. The example, a green apple versus the green grass. That means if the noun is countable, that means we can count apple, but we cannot count grass, isn't it? Therefore, be careful about using. That means here, what matters is countable or uncountable noun, right? Uncountable noun, right? So, always remember to use adjectives sparingly and appropriately to avoid overloading your sentences with unnecessary descriptions. Effective use of adjectives can enhance your writing, making it more vivid and engaging for your readers. Therefore, remember these tips. I mean, these are ultimate tips to use adjectives in English language, and we'll see the ultimate tips to how to use nouns and other parts of speech also in the coming videos. So stay tuned and keep practicing with our channel.